name is Richard Hayzler, and I am the proud principal of Pequannock Valley Middle School, a grade 6 through 8 school in Pompton Plains, New Jersey, as part of the Pequannock Township School District. And welcome to this week's episode of Learning Sparks, where we learn and grow together, talking about instructional strategies that enhance student learning in your classrooms. Today's episode brings me back to my days as a high school and college student. I remember walking into the classrooms, putting my book bag down, sitting down at my desk, taking out my notebook, and getting ready to write the notes that were coming off the board as the teacher talked to me. I'd go home, I would study those notes, and I would come in the next day and be ready again as we learn new information. I remember going into my lecture halls in college and listening to the professors talk, again, taking notes, writing them down, going home and studying. And that form of learning stuck with me. And in my first years of teaching, direct instruction became something that was a valuable tool for me as a teacher. But today, much of the instruction that we see on social media and in books that we read encourages collaboration, incorporating technology, students working together, teacher being the facilitator. Today's episode talks about how direct instruction can still be a valuable tool when used powerfully. See, direct instruction and lecture often get confused. Direct instruction is a pre-planned series of events that come together to teach new information. It's not necessarily the teacher standing up at the board delivering information like in Ferris Bueller. Okay, we all remember that famous scene where the kids are drooling on the desk. All right, direct instruction has gotten a bad rap because people think that that's what it is. It gets a bad rap because now we have all these shiny new objects with technology and you can do a variety of different things. But direct instruction, again, when used effectively, can really make a difference in student learning. So let's talk about how. First, you need to have a plan. Make sure that direct instruction is done with intention. Okay, that's first and foremost. Make sure that you know what students will be accountable for to learn and to know during the direct instruction period in your class. The second piece is that make sure you are in alignment with academic goals of the curriculum in that particular lesson. You don't want to make sure that you're going off in tangents and stories are being told and there's no connection to the learning objectives. And then the last piece with direct instruction is you want to make sure that you're giving students the opportunity to connect with you and to connect with the content. And that can be done in a couple of different ways. It can be done through guided practice. It could be done through modeling. It could be done through them actually reflecting during that time period with you in the classroom. And then finally, through independent practice. What opportunities are you as a teacher providing them to utilize what they know? And so when you look at those components of direct instruction, the last piece is you want to make sure that you get the students engaged. Right? When you talk about the Teach Like a Pirate motto from Dave Burgess's book, where you have instructional hooks, where the students are coming in wanting to see what's happening. How are you kicking off that direct instruction period of your lesson? So how do we know that the students are getting it? The teacher's delivering the information, but how do we know that the students are actually learning? You hear that motto, well, I must have taught it. I know I taught it, so they must have learned it. But we want to make sure that the students can demonstrate it. So during the direct instruction process, we have to make sure that we check for learning. So with direct instruction, have short periods of instruction and then assess them, whether it's through questioning techniques or you use technology apps. You could use Kahoot, or quizzes, or Pear Deck, or Gimkit, or Mentimeter. And then as a teacher, you can see if what you're teaching is actually working. You could also do backchanneling during your direct instruction period. You could have Google Slides running where students could be typing on a Google slide and you could see the questions that are coming in so you can address them while you're teaching. And that way there's interaction throughout the time period. The greatest potential for direct instruction is when it's used with new information, because it gives you, the teacher, the opportunity to have the control of the learning, but also gives students a voice. So again, make direct instruction multifaceted and intentional. Have a plan where students are accountable and allow them to have a voice. Use technology as a means for student engagement and make understanding easier for the kids. There's a variety of apps out there that you can utilize, so don't shy away from direct instruction. The best story I can use with direct instruction happened this past week when I did a walkthrough in a social studies class. I usually see the teacher and the students working together collaboratively, doing projects, doing a variety of different things. In this lesson, the teacher happened to be doing direct instruction. And I sat down and I watched because I was engaged in the delivery by the teacher. It was a presentation. It was a show. And the kids were really into it. He had them hooked in and they were asking questions, and it was just a great discussion. So it gave students the opportunity, and then afterwards they backchanneled and talked about what they learned. And so direct instruction can be extremely powerful. So if you're a first-year teacher or a veteran teacher, don't shy away from direct instruction. It can't be all about technology all the time. So spark student learning in your classroom. You don't always have to be the facilitator. You can be the deliverer of the content. And that's a critical component to student success in your classrooms. So again, you can follow me on Twitter at Rich Hayzler, or you can follow Pequannock Valley School at PV Panther Pride and see all the great things that are going on here at our school. I look forward to continuing to learn and grow with you through Learning Sparks. And remember, always do what's best for kids. Have a great day, everybody.